alone, because to tell you the truth, I'll be lonely. Hi, Sid.
Hi, Alice. Where you been all day? I was down twice and couldn't find you.
Oh, don't ask. What a day I had. I left the house right after Ralph this morning. You know my mother's dog?
Yeah, you mean Duke the big collie?
Yeah, well, he's sick, and my mom feels just terrible.
Aw.
Well, he's her only companion around the house all day. So I had to go this morning over to my mom's, get the dog, and take him to the vet and find out what's wrong with him.
Well, what did the vet say?
Well, he said he'd see what was wrong with him and send the report. So I said, don't mail it. Send it by messenger. You know, I don't want Ralph to find it in the mailbox. He just hates that dog. And the dog always snaps at him, too. Boy, Ralph would be burned if he found out I was spending money on the dog. Hey, Trixie, do me a favor, huh?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, don't tell anyone, not even Ed. It's costing me $10.
Imagine, $10 to examine a dog.
I can't understand it. I went with Ralph the other day when he got his checkup. It only cost him $3. Oh, boy, if it's not one thing, it's another.
Hiya, sweetie. What's the matter with me, Trixie? Don't I get anything?
I'm too tired.
How do you like that? She's tired and I've been working in the sewer all day long.
That's another reason.
Save your jokes for the butcher. You got my dinner ready yet?
It's on the stove. It'll be ready in a few minutes. I'll see you later, Alice.
Oh, wait a second. I'll go with you. I gotta get the wash off the line.
Hustle up, hustle up. Hey, Ralph, how about going with me to Lois Pitkin tonight? We can see that there picture, High Noon.
I know. That picture's 100 years old. You told me yourself you saw it 4 times on television. What do you want to see it again for?
I got passes.
You're ready for Lowe's Bellevue. Besides, I don't feel like going to the movies. I've been a little sick lately.
What seems to be the matter, Ralph?
Well, I never said anything to you about it, but... Well, Alice took me to a doctor's the other day for a checkup. I can't think of his name, but he's a pretty good doctor. Did you hear what he did for Callahan, the plumber?
No, what'd he do?
He kept him alive until his wife caught up with the insurance payments.
Hey, you must be pretty good.
I hope so. I've been feeling rotten lately. Come in.
Mrs. Crandon live here?
Yeah.
The doctor told me to deliver this report here.
Oh, I'll take that.
I was told to deliver it to nobody else but Mrs. Crandon.
I'm her husband. Your hand is very dirty. I can't stand that type.
You can't get any decent help today.
Well, here's the doctor's report.
I hope it's good news, Ralph.
Well, to tell you the truth, Norton, I hope the doc found a little something wrong with me. I'd like to take a couple of weeks off and maybe go fishing or something.
What's the matter, Ralph?
What's the matter? Listen to this. Dear Mrs. Crandon, in compliance with your request, I'm sending this report by messenger rather than mail because you said you didn't want your husband to see it. I'm afraid it's bad news. My examination shows that a condition of cerebral monochromia exists. This is a rare disease which usually affects only boxers. The first visible signs of the disease will be a falling out of the hair and irritability. There is a tendency for the tongue to turn blue and the entire reason. This will be accompanied by chills and he'll spend most of his time near the stove. I have enclosed some pills. Give him one a day and a saucer of warm milk. I suggest you keep him away from your mother, as older people may be susceptible to the germs he carries. Be affectionate. Make him comfortable. And he may live for as long as 6 months. Well, I guess that's it, Norton. The doc gives me 6 months to live. I'll be dead by the 4th of July.
Don't pay any attention to that, Ralph. I used to work with a guy. The doctor gave him only 6 months to live, too.
What happened?
He lived for almost 8 months.
You gotta promise me something. Never mention a word of this to Alice. I don't want her to find out.
Yeah, what's gonna happen after 6 months? She's gonna notice you not coming home nights.
Imagine me getting a disease that boxers get. I knew I was getting a little punchy.
Yeah.
It's that pounding I take when I drive that bus. Up and down, up and down, up and down Madison Avenue. Sure. Well, there'll be no more bus rides for me. I'm at the end of the line. I'm going to that great big bus depot in the sky. One-way trip with no transfers. You know, I never thought I'd check out like this. I haven't even tasted life yet. It's been tough sledding all the way. When I was a kid, I sold newspapers. When I got out of school, I worked for the A&P. Then came the Depression. I shoveled snow to eat. That's how I met Alice. She handed out the shovels. Then Alice and I got married. And I struggled some more. Then I got a job driving a bus. That was 14 years ago. And I'm still struggling. Well, that's fate for you. I came into this world weighing 4.5 pounds, with a healthy pair of lungs, pink cheeks, and a lot of big ideas. And how am I leaving the world? With a bald head, and a blue tongue, and a saucer of warm milk with a pill in it.
By the way, Ralph, what size bowling shoes do you wear?
Size 9, and I'm giving them to you.
Oh, thanks a lot, Ralph. This couldn't happen at a better time. I was just going to buy myself a new pair.
I'm giving you my bowling ball, too.
Oh, boy, Ralph, I want you to know how much I appreciate this. Hey, but would you mind putting it in writing? I don't want to get involved in any sticky court battle.
Are you saying that you don't trust me?
Yes, I trust you.
But frankly, I don't think you're going to be around to tell people that you're leaving me the bowling ball and bowling shoe.
Wait a minute. You just reminded me of something. I've never made out a will.
You mean you haven't got a will? You haven't protected Alice?
Well, how did I know I was going to get cerebral monochromia or whatever it is?
Well, you got it. So you better make out a will while you still got the strength. You won't be able to write so good while you're lying underneath that stove.
When you're right, you're right.
Right.
I'll make out a will right now. Then I'll take it down to the barber shop and I'll have it notarized.
What picture?
Here, you write it and I'll dictate it. See now, to whom it may concern.
I just gotta make sure that everything is perfect, that's all. Remember that Perry Mason show we seen last week? Well, if I should fail to dot an I or cross a T, a flock of lawyers could move right in on Alice and your entire estate could wind up in the hands of some scheming nephew's cat.
All right, let's not make any mistakes.
Good.
I want to make sure that Alice gets all of this. All right. To whom it may concern, I, Ralph Cramden, being of sound mind and body, bequeath all of my worldly possessions to my wife, Alice Cramden.
Hey, wait a minute. Alice is getting everything? What are you doing, cut me out of the will?
And to my dear friend and pal, Mr. Edward Norton, I leave my bowling shoes and bowling ball.
And carrying case.
And well, I guess that's about it. Now, wait a minute.
Yeah?
Just one more thing. And to Alice's bum brother Frank, who never worked a day in his life, I leave my diamond ring.
My diamond.
Hey, wait a minute, Ralph. You haven't got any diamond ring.
I know that. But he'll go nuts looking for it. Give me that thing and I'll sign it.
Beautiful. Okay, Ralph. I gotta go upstairs and eat.
See you later.
No, I'm not gonna be home tonight. I gotta go down to the alleys, pick myself out a new bowling partner for next season.
Will you stop singing that song?
Well, not. If I want to sing that song, I'll sing it till the 4th of July.
Well, sing it then, not now.
What are you doing?
I'm doing nothing.
What do you mean, nothing?
Just what I said, I'm doing nothing. I'm looking at my tongue.
What's the matter? Don't you feel good?
I feel fine. I just want to look at my tongue.
Well, why don't you go down the delicatessen? They got a flock of them hanging in the window.
You word like the rep, you word.
Come on, sit down, Ralph. I'll give you some dinner.
I don't want anything to eat. I'm not hungry.
You don't want anything?
Well, maybe I'll have something light. Give me a saucer of warm milk.
What?
You heard me, a saucer of warm milk. And if you don't mind, I'll have it in my bedroom.
Oh, Ralph, you're really blowing your top. One of these days, they're going to come and take you away.
That's right, Alice. One of these days, they are going to come and take me away. That would make you very happy, wouldn't it?
What are you talking about?
Alice, we got to have a man-to-man talk. I want you to know that if anything ever happens to me, you're protected.
If anything ever happens to you...
That's right, if anything ever happens to me. I've made out my will, Alice. All of this is yours. And there's a few other things you ought to know about. You remember 12 years ago when I took out that subscription for Liberty Magazine? Well, for 2 cents extra a week with the subscription, they gave you an insurance policy. And even though the magazine went out of business, I held on to that policy. Then, of course, there's the widow benefits from the Raccoon Lodge. And there's my pension at the bus company. Less what I've already borrowed on. The way I look at it, you should be sitting pretty. After I'm gone, you shouldn't have to go to work for 6 weeks.
Well, thank you, Aristotle Onassis.
Don't get cute, Alice. Anything can happen.
Oh, nothing's gonna happen to you. You're as strong as a horse.
I suppose you never saw a dead horse.
Oh, now that you mention it, there is a resemblance.
All right. I tried to save you a little grief and aggravation, but if you're gonna make me miserable, I'll make you miserable. Here. There's the letter from the doctor.
What? Wow, this is great.
Great. You'd probably be hysterical at my funeral.
Blue tongue, bald head, and a saucer of warm milk. Oh, this is a riot.
She thinks it's a riot. You think it's a riot? You'll think it's a riot when you gotta finish the payments on that icebox. How can you be this cruel, Alice? How can you be this cruel as to sit there and laugh when I'm dying?
Oh, because you're not dying. This is from Dr. Halpern, the veterinarian. I took my mom's dog to see him, and this is his report.
You mean your mother's dog is dying?
Yes.
I'm not gonna die? I don't have to spend the rest of my life under the stove? I don't have to give Norton my bowling ball?
No. But if you want it, you can still have this saucer of warm milk.
Baby, you're the greatest.
Oh, I love it.